Are you just sitting there thinking, am I ready to buy a house? Just like how you need to first understand the payment terms of a mahjong game before you agree to play it, you need to understand the true cost of home ownership before you buy it. We always associate the cost of home ownership with the down payment and monthly mortgages. And that makes sense because those are the biggest items. But it's much more than that. In this video, I'll share with you everything that a future BTO owner needs to know, including the timeline, so that you can be financially prepared in your own home journey and not be caught off guard. Bye bye. Huh? Before we go into the details of today's topic, I just want to share some quick context to it. Since majority of Singapore residents are staying in a 4-room HDB flat like myself, I'll be providing the numbers based on that. And if that's not your intention, you will need to make some adjustments to the numbers. Let's get started by going back in time. Unless you're not a Singaporean, you are earning too much, you're looking for a bigger space, or you just don't have the time to wait, chances are you're applying for a BTO, for a newer space at a lower price and a potential higher capital appreciation. Once you have decided to go ahead with a BTO and have checked your eligibility for it, the first step is to ballot for it. Balloting opens every February, May, August and November, and it will only cost you $10 to get started. Within 3 weeks, you will be notified of the balloting results, and if everything goes well, within 4 months, you will be walking into HDB Hub, choosing the specific unit of your choice to build your dream home. Before choosing your specific unit, there are a few factors that you want to take into consideration. Things like the direction of the sun, the floor level that you would prefer, whether you want a corner unit or corridor unit, and if you believe in feng shui, the direction of the windows and the main door. Above all that, what you need to consider is the selling price of the house. There's a good chance you will need to take up a loan for that, and because of that, you want to consider your budget and how much you need to sustain the loan on a monthly basis. The good news is that HDB has created a simple tool for you to figure out what is the monthly installment based on the selling price of the property. You can also use this tool to figure out what is your budget based on your income level. I'll leave the link below so that you have access to it and you can play around with it. Apart from the monthly mortgage and down payment, there are a lot of other financial considerations that you need to factor in, and I'll be running them through one by one. Now, so stick with me till the end of the video. If you're someone who appreciates numbers like me, it actually takes a lot of time and effort to collate all this together. I would really appreciate if you could tap the like button here and make it turn blue. It will encourage me to create more videos like this for you. For the sake of illustration, let's say you have chosen a beautiful unit that costs you $450,000. During your first appointment with HDB, all you need to do is to just pay an option fee of $2,000. It is also during this appointment that you can apply for your BTO grant of up to $80,000, which then can be used for your down payment during the second appointment. The next appointment is to sign the lease agreement and also to make a down payment. Now take note, it is called a lease agreement, not a purchase agreement, probably because you are really only renting the place for a 99 years period. If you are taking a HDB loan, you will just need to make a down payment of 10%. If you are taking a bank loan, you will need a down payment of 25%. If you are below the age of 30 and it is your first time applying for a flat, you can apply for something called the stagger payment, where you will only need to make a down payment of 5% now and the remaining 5% during your key collection 3 to 4 years later. In our case of $450,000, the 5% will amount to $22,500. That's a lot of numbers and more to come. Now, minusing the option fee that we have paid, we still need to pay the stamp duty of $8,100, HDB caveat registration fee of $64.45, and the conveyancing legal fees of $303. The total payable is $28,967.45. The good news is that all of the fees highlighted here are CPF payable, meaning if the grant that you have received or the money in your CPF is higher than the payable amount, there are no cash outlay for you at all. Another piece of great news is that while the fees and charges varies between properties, HDB has consolidated all of them together into this one calculator, and you can find out the exact amount that you will need to pay before buying the property. I'll leave the link below here so that you can have access to it and just play around with it. In In the next phase is just 3 to 4 years of waiting till your keys are ready for collection. It is a good idea to start doing some window shopping for appliances, talk to various IDs and contractors so that you have a much better idea on how much it really costs to build your dream home. You may also want to consider joining some Facebook group, Telegram group of your BTO project to get some ideas on the updates and the construction progress. But most importantly, you need to save, and before you know it, the keys are ready for collection. Once we have reached the stage of key collection, we'll need to make the remaining down payment of 5%, which is $22,500. We'll also need to be paying a mortgage stamp duty of $500, a survey fee of $294.25, mortgage registration fee of $38.30. Again, all this can be paid via CPF, totaling $23,332.55. Next up is the cost of renovation. Now based on this, the average cost of renovation in Singapore is about $50,750, but this excludes your furnishing, lights, kitchenware and other soft furnishing, which could easily come up to about $10,000 to $15,000. With that included, we are looking at a total cost of $65,750. Now take note, this is an average. It can be way higher or lower depending on the choices that you make. Do you want a KDK fan at $165, or do you want a Dyson fan that is close to $900? Do you want a Presium TV at $599, or do you want an OLED LG TV at close to $3,900? The choices is up to you. There's no right or wrong, you just have to be financially prepared for it. Last but not least, we have the silent killers, which are the monthly maintenance. Now the biggest one will be the mortgage payment, which comes up to $1,838. We have the monthly service and conservancy charges at $75 per month, broadband monthly subscription at $50 per month, home insurance at $70 per year if you buy the 5 years package. The average utilities bill in Singapore in 2021 is $111.42 per month, and then now that you have moved out of your parents' place, you will need to spend more on groceries and transportation. So in total, they are estimated at about $250 per month, and this comes up to $492.25 per month cash and $1,838 per month of CPF. With all things considered, we are looking at a total lump sum of $120,060 and $2,330.25 of monthly payment, which frankly speaking can be quite daunting unless you have a partner to share the expenses with you. This probably explains why the number of dual income families have been increasing over the last 10 years and also a contributing factor to the declining birth rate in Singapore. Now that you have all the facts and figures, it's time for you to figure out what works for you and what doesn't. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment or just DM me over at my Instagram page. If you're a first-time homeowner and looking for ways to save money, check out the video that I've done last week. I've shared 5 tips that personally helped me save few $1,000s. Or it can be here, I'm not sure. Probably, yeah, somewhere here.